I'm heading away for 3 months. This is my longest trip of the year. This is the first of 16 flights. There's also 3 train journeys. I'm staying in 9 hotels, 6 Airbnbs, and attending 10 races. You'll see me in 2 months, and this one here is going to see me in a week. So he's coming to Miami. Tanya's coming to Britain, so time to head off. How many people get halfway to the airport and then forget something and you have to go back?
Happens rarely, but mostly with the elderly couples.
And get this, I've gone and left the light that I need for my videos back at the house, but Jace can bring that to Miami, but disappointing. This is the Emirates Lounge, and it's easily the best lounge and biggest in Perth Airport. And lovely, when I came in, the woman said to me at the front desk, have you been here for the eclipse? Because I had my big lens. And I said, well, yeah, I live here, but I was actually shooting that. And it was a great experience. And if you haven't seen my video about the eclipse, go and have a look. There's a link in the description below. But food-wise here, it's just okay. It's not a patch on my next lounge, which will be in Dubai, and that'll be the first class lounge, which I've reviewed before, but I just love being there. And I've got probably 90 minutes I can spend in there before I take my next flight, which is a fly-Dubai flight to Baku. If I'm going business with Emirates and I get on board here, they just point you to the back and away you go. But when you're going first, you watch, they'll grab my boarding pass and they'll escort me.
Perfect. I love this seat. And I love this camera because they have something similar, by the way.
It's a great camera.
I believe we'll just assist you with this one.
Thank you.
Tell you more about my camera.
Cheers.
Mr. Imran?
Thanks, really.
Your seat is for A. It's just over
Thank
there.
you.
You're welcome.
Super. What have you got?
But this is only for pre-departures.
And then we have the expensive one
yes,
later.
then we have the Dom Perignon.
I'll have a little glass, please.
Certainly, I'll be right back.
It's always nice to be in this cabin. It is one of the best in the world. Why am I here? Well, I was booked in business class, but my wife kindly gave me 55,000 miles, which was just enough to get me into first class. So I've got 11 hours of absolute comfort and luxury, although I do hope that for 8 hours I'll be asleep and won't even realise where I am. So I've landed seat 4A on this aircraft, which has 14 first class seats, 76 in business and 399 in economy. Oh, and this aircraft is 13 years old. You do get a most marvellous amenities kit with a whole lot of stuff inside here, but this is the thing I go for, the Bulgari men's fragrance. It's fantastic. And I'm figuring, what's that got? It's got to be worth about 80 Aussie dollars just for that alone. And the women's kit has a beautiful women's fragrance in it too. And sometimes, if you ask nicely, you'll get a second kit. I've just bought a 2013 Dom Perignon. It's tasty. Retails for about 350 Aussie here in Australia. It's about 230 odd US dollars. It's good, but it's not worth that. But anyway, come on down the front here and I'll show you what's open to all first class passengers whenever they want throughout the majority of this flight. Now behind me is quite a lavish bar. It's self-serve, so you can take whatever you want. There's a fair selection of very expensive alcohol here, and there's one other bottle that you can't see here, but it is available. It's Hennessy Paradis Rare Cognac. What's that worth? About $1,600 a bottle. I had a taste and definitely wasn't for me. I'm in the first class bathroom and there's a shower back there, but I promise you I will not be having a shower. But look, both business and first class you get pyjamas. What do they look like? Well, they look like this. Personally, I don't like them. I think they're too hot, so instead I bring this. Much more comfortable. We've been going about 90 minutes. I've had half a banana and a couple of mineral waters, so it's time for a sleep. I think I'll get about 7 hours, at least I hope so. I've got 3 mattresses here on this seat, and I tell you what, there are very few better places to sleep on a plane than the Emirates first class cabin. Well, good morning. I had 7.5 hours sleep. I'm now in the smaller of the 3 bathrooms. The other 2 are being used for showers. So they blocked this one off because it can also be used by business class passengers, but there are another 2 at the back there. So this one's reserved for those who aren't showering. We'll be landing in about 2 hours, so I'm going to have some caviar and some lamb ragu, and then probably another meal in the first class lounge. But this is a marvellous product and one I highly recommend to you if you ever get the chance. For those of you who've watched my videos before, you'll know that I often order the caviar on this flight, but I've never found out which caviar it was. But today, I made some investigations. This is the product, Gourmet House. It's Iranian caviar, and look at the price. 15 mouthfuls later. How was it? It was good. Was it any better than Vegemite and cheese on toast or an In-N-Out burger? Probably not, but that wasn't going to stop me from having it. Then I had the lamb ragu with pasta and cheese, but I wasn't quite so thrilled with that one.
Prepare all doors and correct check, thank you.
I think my flight was about an hour late getting in. We circled for some time, so that means I've got quite a tight connection. Hence I'm on the bus. I didn't get a chance to go to the first class lounge. That's a disappointment. And now I'm probably going to have to race to make my flight to Baku, which goes out of gate number F6. We'll see how we go. Well, it's a fair hike from Terminal A by bus and train to get to Terminal F, and I've got about 2 minutes here in the lounge for some cornflakes, and it's off to board my flight. Well, we're on board the 737, and it's a beautiful fit out. This has got the throne seat, which is 2121 in business, but I've got this app called Find My Luggage, and on it I can see that my suitcase is 1 kilometre away. Now this happened last year and it happened the year before. It's just not on because I've got a lot of my stuff that I need for work tomorrow in that, and typically they don't even get it to me tomorrow. They get it to me on Friday. Last year I had to actually leave FP2, go out to the airport and collect my luggage, so I'm none too happy. Well, having that app is certainly a plus because the flight crew have now taken my ticket stub and they're going to find out, because they say there are 2 bags that haven't been boarded. Now I hope one of them's mine and they can find it. I flew this same aircraft last year on JetBlue, and it's a really lovely craft, especially if you get that single seat if you're on your own. It's called the throne seat. But unfortunately, I've just had a look at my app and my bags didn't make it. Oh, actually they might have. This is delayed 17 minutes, so I'll just shut up for a second. Oh, have a look at this. I just checked the app and my bags are actually with me in the hold. Well, here we are in Baku, and that was an excellent flight. I love that aircraft, I love the cabin. Food was good, I had a frittata for breakfast, and now we get to go through immigration here. I've got my visa already, so I'm expecting it should be a pretty simple affair. Hello, gentlemen.
Hi. I'm from F1?
Yes.
Okay, we can assist you.
Great news, my bag was the 8th one off, and now I've cleared customs very quickly. And I've just got to pick up a couple of SIM cards and then head into my hotel. This country has this very bizarre thing that if your phone has been registered before in this country and you want to get another SIM, you have to first go to the post office and register. Thankfully, I've got a second phone that hasn't been registered here before, so I can at least buy one here and probably run this one off that. Another thing, they don't take credit card. So you have to pay cash over at that desk, and they've come over here and they give it to this desk. And normally I get ripped off at airports with exchange rates, but here, have a look at that rate for the US dollar, 165, 170. That's a very small spread. Then we have to come over to this machine here. What are we doing here, I wonder?
I watch your YouTube channel.
Thank you.
Really good content.
Okay, thank
Yeah.
you. Where are you from?
Hong Kong.
Okay.
Do you mind to take a selfie with
Yeah,
you?
let's do it. Because you're on my video too.
Oh, really?
Yeah, come on.
Smile.
I'm smiling. All good?
Sure. Okay, yes.
Thank you. Okay, we're on the road. This is my driver from the Marriott. I'm in a very interesting looking Chevrolet, just a small car. $35 Aussie, about 22 I think US to get from the airport to the hotel, which is about a 30-minute drive. But I must say, he was out there at the airport for probably 30 minutes while I mucked around with all the other paraphernalia I had to do. Hello.
Hello.
I'm checking in.
Welcome to Malta Boulevard, sir.
Thank you. Hello.
Hi. The elevator will go from that side. You need any assistance for your luggage?
Yeah, I'd love some assistance because it's on that trolley. It's been a little over 20 hours since I left my home in Perth, Western Australia, to lobbing here at the Marriott on the boulevard in beautiful Baku, where the weather is nice. It's about 25 degrees out there. Room's great. It's not anywhere near as good as the Absheron, which is right trackside. That's where I stayed last year, but certainly no complaints here. This is the heart of Baku. It's not too far from the old part of the city, and the track, in fact, is probably 400 metres behind me. Normally, this is a buzz with people in the centre of this square, but at the moment they've got all those orange huts, which obviously is part of the Festival of Motorsport. At the other end of the track, you'll find there's some magnificent shopping in some high-end shopping arcades, and of course there are restaurants to cater for almost every budget and taste. And with that said, I'm going to suggest you like this video if you have liked it, subscribe and become a member, appreciate that. You'll find all of my digital images at prostarpics.com. For my F1 photo books, signed prints, along with wall art and a range of merchandise, go to kimellman.com. And for my best images live from the track and during the week, go to Instagram and search @KimEllman. Thanks for watching.
And stay passionate.
Great news there. My bag was the 8th